Greetings everybody from the Carnival Conquest. This is our experience, our first experience on a Carnival cruise in general, and specifically we're on the Conquest. Let's talk about Embarkation.
Yeah, I thought Embarkation actually went pretty smooth. We did end up getting one of the earlier spots. We were there at 11 o'clock. We took a shuttle from our hotel and we finally got to the Carnival Conquest terminal. We got off the shuttle, we checked our bags over to the handlers, we walked into the line, pulled out our passport and our ticket. We did need a paper ticket. There wasn't an option to use the app to check in. We had to actually have that paper copy. But otherwise it was really smooth. There was hardly any wait. I think it was 30 minutes from the time we got dropped off to the time we were on the ship, so really quite fast.
Yeah, it really was a pretty smooth embarkation. Something different than any other embarkation that we've been on before is that at one point security did stop us, told us that we had to lay our bags on the floor, and a few other people that were behind us, and they had a canine drug sniffing dog there with a police officer, and they went through and actually had the dog sniff all our bags as we went through. Something just to add to that really quick is we have smelled marijuana on the ship like a lot, like everywhere we go, in our room, at the restaurants, at the entertainment, in the hallway, everywhere you go you're smelling marijuana. So I don't know how people got it on with those dogs sniffing all the bags, but somehow they did, at least some of the people.
So we got an Oceanview room, and we will put a link in the description to that full room tour. But overall, we really like the room. My favorite part is definitely that Oceanview window. You can actually jump up into the window and sit in there. It's not the most comfortable, I'll admit, but if you put a pillow in there, you can sit there for 20-30 minutes before it gets too bad, and it's just such a great view. I love just being able to watch the water. We're probably like 20 feet off the water, and we're coasting along, and I'm watching the waves, and it's just really relaxing for me. So I really like that. I also actually really like the lighting in the room. There is a nice light that goes around the perimeter of the room that is bright, but not blindingly bright. And then there are several other smaller lamps in the room that we can use when we don't want that full brightness going on in the evenings. So yeah, I'm overall really happy with our room.
Yeah, when I first got in the room, I was kind of blown away. I didn't have high expectations. We had originally really wanted to get a balcony room for this cruise, but they sold out like right before we finally got around to booking our cruise. They're really efficient with the storage. I like the layout of this room better than any other cruise ship I've been on. The room seems somewhat spacious, even though it's still pretty small being a cruise ship room. But my favorite part of the whole thing is the shower. Bar none the best shower I've had on a cruise ship. The water pressure is phenomenal. Temperature control is fantastic. You can get it from painfully scorching hot to anything, or cold, anything in between. Size and the layout and the way that the curtain closes makes it so that the water doesn't fill up the rest of the bathroom. I feel like I can move around pretty well in the shower, so that's really nice. The couch that we're sitting on right now is a huge bonus. A lot of the other cruise ship rooms I've been in, they just have like a single chair, a lot of times not the most comfortable chair. In this room, you've got this almost full-size couch. The back cushions are actually really comfortable. It's just a nice place you can sit and unwind rather than having to go lay down on your bed all the time. So yeah, great room.
Yeah, the bed, it's not the most comfortable bed. It's not the worst bed. When we first came, it was divided into 2 single beds, and we just asked our room attendant to combine it into a king-size bed. And I definitely feel that it's actually 2 beds under there. There's definitely a crack in there. But overall, the bed is pretty comfortable, and I've been able to sleep fairly well.
So we just talked about the things that we really like about the room, but there are a handful of things that we don't love about the room. The first thing I'll mention is there's a connecting door in the room. Because there's a connecting door, there's a gap around the door, and because of that, we have been smelling marijuana in our room on a regular basis. Our neighbors also apparently brought their own Bluetooth speaker or boombox or something like that, because on a couple occasions there's been really loud music coming from that room, and I think because of the gap in the door, we've really kind of been getting that noise and those smells, so that hasn't been fantastic. And the other thing I'll mention is, I don't know if this is across the whole board for Carnival Cruises or if it's just the ship, but they only have 1 cleaning per day, and that is in the morning time. And so I'm kind of accustomed to that 2 times a day cleaning, and I usually like it when they clean the room in the evenings. So for us, that's been a little bit inconvenient.
Yeah, so the other thing is the furniture in here really could use an update. This is an older ship. It was built in 2002. It was refurbished in 2022, but who knows? I'm sure not everything was replaced. Definitely this couch has seen better days. It is worn out, and some of the seams are broken. This light that you can see behind me here is broken and just taped shut. The drawers on our vanity are not all working properly. There's, dings around the room, but it's nothing that's really making my cruise worse. It's just things that I notice, and it makes me aware that I am on an older ship and not a brand spanking new ship. So one of the most important parts of your cruise vacation is the food, of course. And so everybody wants to know about the food. Well, here on the Carnival, the main dining food has been great. We really enjoyed our main dining experience. It's probably been our favorite main dining on any cruise line. The main reason why is just because it's really been fast and efficient. Well, we signed up for your time dining as opposed to traditional dining. So Carnival does have both options. We prefer to be able to eat at a different time every day to eat when we're hungry, basically. And so Carnival has on their app, you can access your time dining. When you're ready to eat, you just click a button there. They will tell you when your table is ready. Once they tell you when that table is ready, you have 10 minutes to get down to the dining room, and they'll just seat you at your table right away. You don't have to stand around waiting in line. You don't have to deal with somebody telling you that we're sorry, you're gonna have to wait 45 minutes before you can eat anything. You don't deal with any of that. You just push a button and wait until you get a ping on your phone, go down there, and you're ready to eat. The waiters are pretty attentive. They'll take your order within a short amount of time, and then the food they place the order and they'll start serving the appetizers, and they just keep everything coming at a pretty reasonable but steady pace. It's not like you're waiting for 20-30 minutes between each course. It's been really great. The food's been served at a decent temperature. The food itself has been fairly decent.
I would even say the food at main dining is really good quality. There's maybe not the absolute best I've ever had on a cruise ship, but surprisingly really good.
Yeah.
I've had worse. Not only main dining has been blown away our expectations, but the restaurants on the ship. On a lot of the other cruise ships you go on, you have to pay for any of the restaurants that you go to around the ship. I know that it wasn't always that way. There was a lot more free options, but these days it's like you got to pay for everything. But on Carnival, you've got, at least on the Conquest here, you've got Guy's Burgers, you've got the Blue Iguana taco burrito place, there is a deli, there's a pizza place, the Pirate Pizza, and there's a sushi place that is an extra charge, and a seafood place that's an extra charge, but there's
barbecue.
Oh, and also the hidden barbecue place.
And if you want a little taste of home while you're on the Carnival Conquest, look no further than the old-fashioned barbecue. They've got smoked beef, smoked pork, coleslaw, potato salad, mac and cheese, all that comfort food that we all love.
The food on the ship has been just spectacular, really. Like the burger place and the burrito place, it's like they're like fast food restaurants, but a little bit better than the fast food you get back home. So it's just been really fun for the food, and our expectations were really blown away by that. Yeah, so the next thing I want to mention is the entertainment on the ship. We've stopped and listened to some of the music down in the atrium. The musicians are really fantastic. They play music from like the 80s and 90s, which is kind of perfect for the demographic of the ship. In fact, in general, what we've realized so far on this cruise with Carnival is they're really trying to hit the demographic that they have on the ship and get the right food to the demographic, get the right music, get the right entertainment. They know the age of the people that are coming on their cruise ship, which is kind of cool. So it's great that Carnival is really paying attention to that and catering to the crowd that is on the ship. The theater performances, we actually haven't attended an entire performance at the theaters. They just weren't really our style. Not to say that they were bad, but it wasn't like Broadway style shows or anything like that. So I'm gonna have to say that Carnival probably doesn't rank very high on like the theater shows in my list, but there was people in the seats. They seemed to be enjoying themselves. It was definitely something to do in the evenings, but something that we decided to pass on for the most part. We did attend a 90s themed dance party, and they were handing out these glow sticks, and everybody in the crowd had these glow sticks, and they were twirling them around and making them go back and forth. Everybody was dancing and having a great time. They had a Carnival crew member kind of curating things and showing the dance steps. Everybody was having a blast. The music was really good. It was just a really fun atmosphere. So they're really good with the activities. I think the entertainment's good. The theater's not great, but otherwise Carnival makes it a fun experience on their cruises.
I would also add that the passengers really get into the activities on the cruise ship. I mean, I was just standing in line at guest services, and around the corner in the atrium you could hear the show. It was like a Name That Tune show, and everybody in the line behind me was starting to sing the songs as he was playing it, and clapping along, and they did the Friends theme, and everybody did the clap and the Friends theme. And
that was crazy, right? Well, what do you think about the decor on the ship?
Yeah, I actually really enjoy the decor. I have been noticing that there is this theme of artists around the ship, and there's actually a walkway called the Impressionist Boulevard, I believe, and it's just lined with paintings, and then I'm noticing that a lot of the names of these venues are named after famous Impressionist painters. So they've got the Monet main dining room and the Renoir main dining room, a lounge called the Vincent Lounge. My favorite lounge by far, it's got all these sunflowers, it's themed after Vincent van Gogh, so I really like that. But it's nice to find these little Easter eggs and notice the things. It just makes your cruise a little bit more enjoyable. The layout of the ship is also pretty neat, although I will say the one thing I don't like about the layout is that there is no deck that goes on the exterior, on the outside, all the way around the ship.
Alright, I'm going to talk about the Lido deck. That is the pool deck. Most people agree it's one of their favorite places on the ship, definitely one of our favorite places. On the Carnival Conquest, it is a wild place. The wildest Lido deck I've ever been on a cruise ship for sure. There is people partying hard on the Lido deck. Harder than I party. I don't party that hard, so I gotta say, there's good and bad here. I mean, it is a lively environment. It's great people watching, but I'll tell you this, there's a lot of twerking going on the Lido deck. The pools aren't that big on this ship. They are packed, and there are people twerking. There's super loud music. There's people smoking marijuana. It's interesting people watching, but it doesn't make a comfortable environment for me to sit and hang out by the pool. I have not at one point felt comfortable going to the pool and enjoying it because of the crazy partying going on. So Carnival is living up to its reputation as being the party line as far as the Lido deck goes. It's not like I'm not enjoying the cruise, but it's just a little bit too much for me. After all that being said, Em, would you go on another Carnival cruise?
You know, I think I would. I think I might want to try like maybe an Alaska cruise. I feel like that might be a bit more tame than the Caribbean scene. But I really like some of the things that Carnival does. I really like the way they do the year-time dining. I really like the decor of the ship, and I really like it's not a stuffy atmosphere. The restaurants and the food that they have to offer is really good. So I think I would enjoy trying another Carnival cruise. I just might not do this exact same one again.
Yeah, I think for sure I'd do another Carnival cruise. I'd love to try another location, but I'd do another Caribbean cruise too. The good things outweighed the bad things on the cruise for sure. I do really like that, although I don't like how crazy the party scene gets, I do like how laid back it is on the ship. I feel really comfortable here. I don't feel judged. I have felt really comfortable on the cruise. It's just been a really good time. A lot of great things to say about this Carnival cruise. There's definitely also a few things that they could improve on, but overall, Carnival is a win for sure. Hey, if you made it this far into the video, you must have liked it. So why not hit that like button? Why not hit that subscribe button? We're going to be making great videos. We're going to be doing a ship tour of the Conquest, food reviews, all kinds of good stuff coming up. So make sure you stay tuned. Hopefully we will see you again soon.